This morning, we begin an in-depth series on internet sex crimes and kids.
We start with cases involving adults and child sexually abusive material or child porn. I talked to a Marquette County investigator about how these disturbing crimes are uncovered. At the Marquette County Sheriff's Office,
it's kind of like an onion, you just keep peeling back the layers.
Detective Lieutenant Lowell Larson says there are 3 open investigations right now involving adults and child sexually abusive material.
When you have developed one suspect, usually you'll find more suspects when these images are transmitted over the internet.
They will either video or photograph either that person or acts of sex with that person. And that's been kind of a trend that has happened.
Marquette County Prosecutor Matt Wiese says lately his office has seen a few more of these solicitation cases than normal. Suspects can also face charges of possession and distribution.
They're found by happenstance sometimes. I've had cases where somebody has their computer being repaired and the technician notices the material and will notify law enforcement.
Detective Lieutenant Larson says some of the material that adults trade is generated by kids themselves, teenagers on their cell phones.
Yes, you can send out the images very quickly. However, there are things like what we call metadata that are embedded in these files that allow us to identify the sources.
When it comes to adults, a Michigan State Police task force works with Marquette area law enforcement specifically on these cases.
Whether it be a sting or a response to an agency that has an issue with something local.
But Larson says it can take a long time to investigate. He's working on a case right now involving a server in Canada.
It's going to be a multi-month affair just to get the records from the Kik platform.
Meantime, Wiese says he's convinced investigators are only seeing very little of what's out there. There's another area of concern with teens possessing this sexually abusive material of each other. It's commonly called sexting, sending explicit images by using a cell phone. Coming up tomorrow morning, we'll take a closer look at the consequences that teens either aren't aware of or not afraid of.